Hi, group. I was talking to a client actually who's venturing into self-employment, and we were talking about money and fees and um, charging what they want versus what they think they could or should, and it really made me reflect on this idea of what your fee actually is for. And I think for a lot of us, especially when we're first starting in a business, we think the fee is for the hour we spend doing the work. We come out of, employment, W-2 situations, or even potentially even contractor positions where we're being compensated by the hour or by the client. And when you are self-employed, there is so much more going on in the work that you're doing than just that hour. And so a lot of times I hear people say, like, I can't believe somebody's paying me $200 to be with them for an hour. And I'm like, that's not what's actually happening. Um, your fee is paying for space in your time, in your mind, and in your heart. Your clients are renting space in you. It's paying for your emotional bandwidth to be present with them. It's paying for the books you're reading and the research you're doing and the education that you're doing to be better at your job, to learn about their particular issue. It is paying for your financial well-being so that you can be financially well and not be stressed about whether or not you're going to pay your bills, or if you can pay off your loans, or things like that, because that stress is going to take away from your emotional bandwidth to be with the clients. It is paying for the cost of being away from your kids while you're working. It is paying for not just you running the business, but you the cost of running your business on a personal level. I know that for me, like, in order to run my business and in order to be fully present with my clients, I have to outsource my childcare, and there is a real cost to that in terms of the cost of preschool. But there is also a certain amount of cost in terms of, like, in order to be away from my kids, it needs to be worthwhile for me to do this. And for me, that means this. For me, that means 350. And for somebody else, that might mean 200. And for someone else, that might mean 150. It's not about the number. The question is whether or not you are accounting for the cost in your fee, and that fee is paying for so much more than just an hour of your time. The other piece of this that came to mind in a recent conversation that I had is that by reducing my fee, by sliding my scale in a way that doesn't honor my own financial goals, not in a planned way where I've actually calculated and I've decided what that is, but in a way that it's sort of all over the place, it's willy-nilly, it's without without structure. I'm subsidizing something in their life, and I think it became really abundantly clear for me when I had a client go on a Disney vacation, but they had told me that they couldn't afford my full fee and asked for a reduced fee and took a reduced fee. And so, it was one of those moments where I thought to myself, like, I'm not willing to subsidize their Disney vacation with my financial well-being. And that's something I think about when I'm doing my, fee calculations, is that if my client is going on an expensive vacation, how will I feel about that, charging this amount? Will I feel okay? Will it not create or breed any kind of resentment where, like, I can't do that, and they told me they couldn't afford it, and now they're spending all this money over here, and I'm struggling with something, or I'm not able to pay a bill, or I'm not able to take even a week off. So when you're thinking about your fee, think beyond the hour. Think about the cost. Think about the subsidy. Think about, you know, what it pays for outside of that hour, because it's so much more. Anyway, my random thoughts for today. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and I'll see you later.